and welcome back to Pronunciation with Emma. Today we're going to be comparing these two sounds, w and the. By the end of today's lesson, you will know the difference between the two, you will be able to distinguish the two, and you'll be able to pronounce them in words and sentences. So let's start with the sound w. Imagine the sound oo, oo. Start to open your mouth as you're doing that vowel sound. W, 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 and that's the sound. Now, of course, this will change a little bit depending on the vowel sound that comes after the w sound. So, for example, if you have an e sound, like wet, then you're going to transition from an oo to an e. You're not just going to open your mouth. For example, wet, wet, wet. If you're moving to another oo sound, it will sound like woo, woo. So I'm just changing it slightly to differentiate between the w and the oo. Woo, 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 woo. The second sound is v. V. If you can do a f sound, then you're already pretty much like 80% there. However, for the people who don't have f in their language, let's just practice with f firstly. I'm going to leave a timestamp somewhere and you can jump to the part where I talk only about v, but for the people who don't have f in their first language, let's talk about that firstly because it will really help when doing the v later. So to do the f, make sure you're using your top teeth here and put them just behind your bottom lip. So don't bite your bottom lip and don't do something like I've seen in some videos. I don't want to throw any shade, but I've seen it and we don't say fun. Okay, we tend to rest our top teeth just on the inside here of our bottom lip. So it will be something like fun, fun, fun. And the air needs to travel between your teeth and your bottom lip. So the air is going here between your teeth and your bottom lip. If you're biting too hard, it will sound like, and that's not the sound we're going for. If it's not touching enough, it will sound like, and we don't have a sound like that in English. So make sure it's touching just slightly so you can feel a bit of friction. Now to get that v sound from the f, we need to add some vibration. So here, you should be feeling some vibration. If you're not sure what I mean, then say a vowel sound. Any vowel, because in English they're all voice. So take your favourite vowel sound. Take your hand and just put it on your throat. And you can feel this is vibrating. Let's imagine you're doing a sound, like you're trying to fog up a mirror. You can't feel the vibration, but you can feel it. So as you're doing that vibration, at the same time, you need to be doing that f sound. At the vibration, oh, my head's vibrating. And that's the v sound. So to compare v and w, make sure that your top teeth are touching your bottom lip. Make sure that they're not touching outside, so it's like van, but it's just on the inside. V, 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 van, van. So notice with w, 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 my teeth are not touching anything, okay? It's all to do with the mouth shape with the w. But with v, it's all to do with your teeth, your top teeth, and how they're touching your bottom lip. So we have w, 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 and v, v, v. We, v, v. Worst, worst. Versed, versed. Wary, wary. Very, very. Be careful of that second word as well, in that you're not saying very. So we've got very with e and vary with a long air sound. In natural speech, what we'll do is we'll kind of reduce this diphthong sound into an air sound. So very, very. I do have a video about this diphthong in a lot more detail is what I want to say. So if you're interested in learning more, I will link that down below in the description for you to watch later, or I will link it in the card above. Wet, wet, vet, vet, went, went, vent, vent. Now for some sentences. Remember, listen very closely and repeat. It went through the vent. It went through the vent. Vent. It went through the vent. The vet got wet in the rain. The vet got wet in the rain. The vet got wet in the rain. And that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've learned something new. We've talked about the difference between the two sounds. We've talked about them in words. We've talked about them in isolation, and we've talked about them in sentences. So hopefully you can not only distinguish the sounds, but you can also pronounce the difference as well. If you've enjoyed this video, then please remember to give it a like or a dislike if you hated it. I mean, YouTube detects it all as engagement and will help boost the video nevertheless. So give it a dislike if you hated it. It will still help out. So thank you very much if you take the time to do that, especially if you give it a like. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate you for watching and I appreciate you for being here. I will see you next lesson and enjoy your week. Bye bye.